Welcome back, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. I thought I should actually just mention that I'm still releasing things on a Thursday as well, because when I say to you, I'll see you next Tuesday, I mean, I'll see you next Tuesday for the next edition of the Hebrew alphabet, not that I'm not going to be on a Thursday. So please, if you have time in your day, watch me on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So I'm every Thursday, same as normal, but the Hebrew alphabet, or this particular limited series, is going to screen on a Tuesday. Just makes it easier to keep everything, in order. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to, every letter that I do, that I speak about in these videos, will have a typed up explanation, just one page of exactly what I've said on the video, typed up for easy access, and I'm going to blog those and put them on my website. So if you go to my website at sallygoodwin.com, I have blogs, and I have one or two blogs on there that you can read, but I'm going to add these to that so that you can have a look at them, you can read them, you can print them out, because sometimes I know what I'm like, I like to read it for myself as well, and I think it might just be easier to, if you need to go back to recheck, you can actually have the printouts in front of you when you learn about the next letter. So I'm going to do that for you just in case any of you are finding it a little bit complicated, because there is a lot of information to communicate in such a short space of time. But at the same time, I don't want to go on for too much longer, because then it just becomes really very confusing. So for those of you joining for the first time, please, I would encourage you to go back and watch the last 3 videos, because there's an intro and there's Aleph and there's Beit. And now we are moving on to the 3rd letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which is Gimmel. So for all of you that were expecting something to start with a C, it is the Hebrew alphabet, so it's Gimmel. The 3rd letter of the Hebrew alphabet, pictorially, the pictograph looks like a camel. Now, to be absolutely honest with you, when I saw the pictograph for the first time, I didn't think it looked anything like a camel. So there we go. But according to the ancient Hebrews, the way that they drew it, it was supposed to look like a camel. And the symbolism around the camel was obviously, camels were used to carry things, and they were used to also to carry people. So there was a whole lot of symbolism around the fact that the camel lifted you up. So the Gimmel, the word or the letter Gimmel is to actually symbolizes to lift up, to be lifted up. The classical Hebrew letter for Gimmel is made up of a vav and a yot. And if you look at the classical Hebrew letter, Gimmel, you'll see that the vav and the yot make it look like a man walking. And if you remember that the Hebrew alphabet goes from right to left, you will see that it looks like a man walking in the direction of the next letter in the alphabet, which is Dalet. And there is a story in that, which I will finish next Tuesday when we do the letter Dalet. But it's actually, the way it fits together is absolutely beautiful. The phonetic for Gimmel is Ga, as in girl. And actually, there seems to be confusion as to where the word Gimmel came from. But they do think that because the pictograph was originally a camel, that it actually came from Gamma, which was the Hebrew word for camel. And actually, that's where we get our word for camel. The Greek and the English words for camel come from that word Gamma. So they assume that Gimmel came out of that because the pictograph was a camel. And I think I forgot to mention last week when I spoke about Beit, but the phonetically Beit, the Beit became Beta, which then became our B. So Hebrew was at the beginning of all of these things, which is amazing. The numeric, so the number associated with Gimmel is 3. Number 3, which speaks of perfect unity. And if you add up the parts of Gimmel, they add up to 16, which means to be. So to be in perfect unity. Now, I want you to think carefully of this. So basically what Gimmel gives you, the sense that it gives you, is a picture of the Holy Spirit who lifts you up, and he is in perfect unity with the Father and the Son. And if you look at Aleph as the Father, plus Beit as the Son, which equals Gimmel as the Holy Spirit, you get the Holy Spirit proceeding forth from the union between the Father and the Son. And how they get to that is using the numeric. So Aleph is 1, Bet is 2, and Gimmel is 3. So 2 plus 1, or 1 plus 2 gives you 3. So you have Aleph the Father plus Bet the Son equals Gimmel the Holy Spirit, which in Jewish language, in the Jewish alphabet, in the way the Jews see it or saw it, is the Father plus the Son equaling, or the Holy Spirit proceeding from the Father plus the Son. You actually get the Holy Spirit, which then gives you Gimmel. Isn't that just the most beautiful story, that in the first 3 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, you have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit all represented in the first 3 letters, Aleph, Bet, Gimmel, Father, Son, Spirit, and represented in ancient pictographs that go back so many years, thousands and thousands of years. Absolutely incredible. And if there are any of you who are thinking that that's where the story ends, within the first 3 letters, I have news for you. It does not end there. It actually keeps going through the rest of the alphabet. So that is the letter Gimmel, or G as in girl. And that is where we are going to stop today. But any questions, any queries, anything like that, give me a shout. Let me know. WhatsApp me, email me, Facebook me, Instagram me. Get hold of me on my website, and go and look out for those blog posts that have got the written explanation of everything that I've said in these videos. Otherwise, apart from that, don't forget to watch on Thursday. And then apart from that, I shall see you next Tuesday. And next Tuesday, we speak about the 4th letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and that is the word, or the letter Dalet. So I look forward to that, and I hope you do too. And there just is so much to say. There's so much to say, but I know I need to keep it short and basic to at least just get those of you who've never looked at any of this before, to at least get you interested in taking some of this a little bit further. So next week, Dalet. I'm excited for that. See you then. Love you lots. Bye.